Hey everybody, what's up, and welcome to another Sims 4 house building video. In today's video, I am bringing you guys the apartments from the Big Bang Theory. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you might remember I did the apartments from Friends back, it's probably over a year ago now that I did those, but this is very similar to that build, and I'm very excited about it. So, the Big Bang Theory, if you're not familiar with it, is a sitcom that came out, I think, between like 2008 and 2017-18. It was on air for quite a long time, but it is an American sitcom surrounding a group of friends who happen to be extremely intelligent. They are massive nerds, kind of introverts. They don't really go outside of their core friend group of four. There's Sheldon, Leonard, Raj, and Howard. And across the hall from Leonard and Sheldon, whose apartment I'm building first, lives Penny, who is kind of the pretty girl next door, very popular, polar opposite of the boys, but she's very down to earth and kind of quickly becomes friends with them. And it kind of revolves around their dynamic, her relationship with Leonard, and it's just very good. If you haven't seen it, I cannot recommend it enough. But I am building both Leonard and Sheldon's apartment and Penny's apartment across the hall. And let me just say right off the bat that this was hard to build. It was a very, very difficult one to build. I remember building the Friends apartments and thinking that it was quite easy, especially Monica and Rachel's. For some reason, that one just came together really easily. Joey and Chandler's across the hall was a bit of an afterthought. I was never originally planning on doing it, so it was kind of leftover space that I had left. But these apartments, once I decided I was going to build these, I was like, I have to build Leonard and Sheldon's apartment and I have to build Penny's, because so much of the show takes place across both apartments. So it would have felt weird only building one and not the other. But with that being said, it was hard to do these ones. Just with the nature of The Sims, it's never going to be 100% accurate. I talk about this all the time in my videos whenever I'm building something from a TV show or movies or whatever. It's never going to be 100% accurate, but I do always try to do my best to make it as accurate as possible. And this one, I don't think it's bad. It's just not as good as I thought it would have been, if that makes sense. Like, when I was going into this, I was like, oh, this is going to be an easy one. I've done stuff from sitcoms before. I've done the Friends apartments. I did the houses from WandaVision, which were very, like, sitcom-esque. But these ones, I don't know why. They were just very difficult. It took me hours to build these. I think the biggest thing to get over for me was the outside of the building was never going to look good. I did my best to try and make it a little bit decorative, but the outside of these apartments, like my friend's apartments that I built, it doesn't look like the show. I don't think we ever actually see the outside of this building in particular in The Big Bang Theory, but it just doesn't look like the show, and it's very ugly. And I think I got a bit hung up on that, because once I went back to just making the inside look good, I think it started to come together much better. But I know that this isn't accurate because both apartments feel very big. And I know by their nature they were very big apartments because it's a sitcom, it's an open set, like you need a lot of space. But Penny's apartment in particular, if you're familiar with the show, it is quite a bit smaller than Leonard and Sheldon's. And when I built it, it's very spacious. And I think it kind of takes from the overall feeling of it, if that makes sense. Just because Penny is meant to be a little bit less well off, kind of struggling for money. It's meant to be a smaller apartment, and this one is huge. But it's The Sims. It's not that deep, but I just kind of got a bit hung up on that. But other than that, I think these came together really nicely. I'm really happy with how these came out in terms of the actual decoration and the items I used and everything. I think it looks good. Like, for instance, Leonard and Sheldon's living room and their kind of office space up on the little platform by the window, and their kitchen, I think all came together really nicely. Their bedrooms are a little bit off, and I couldn't find any good photos of their bathroom just to work from when, like, trying to accurately depict it. And I was not about to go back and watch 14 seasons of this show to try find an episode that has the bathroom in it. Because usually when I'm, like, stuck, I go and I quickly get the movie up on, like, Netflix or something, and I, like, scroll through to where I know there's a scene in the house or something, and I try get my own reference photos. But this one I was not about to do that, because I was not about to scroll through, I think it's 12 or 14 seasons of this show. It was a very successful show. If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been. Whether you like it or not, it's one of those ones that kind of just creeped into pop culture, and if you haven't seen it, you've done well, you know? But no, I really did enjoy this one, and I do think that it is kind of fun building stuff from sitcoms. I don't know why, there's just something about the whole idea of trying to fill in the gaps of, like, obviously when you're in the living room, it's a totally different set to the bedrooms. Like, there's kind of points where the actors will leave, like walk down a hall and turn, and they're not walking to the actual bedroom. They're then calling cut and starting up again on a different set, maybe even on a different soundstage. And it's just kind of cool to actually put them all together and imagine what it would look like as a real apartment. So I really did enjoy building these, even though I did complain for the first 4 minutes of this about it was difficult. I did have a lot of fun. It is really fun to do these kind of ones. And while I was doing this, I was thinking of other sitcoms that I might do. And there are a few that I'm thinking of, but I'm not going to say, because every time I say, and I know that I say this all the time, but every time I mention what I'm planning, it never comes to fruition. So I'm not even going to say it. But, oh, by the way, this is my first video of 2023. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is having a good one. In my last video, I think I posted it literally at 10 to midnight on New Year's Eve. I I had the video scheduled and I had it uploaded, ready to go out on YouTube, and I was literally in a nightclub for New Year's, and it was 10 to midnight. No, I think it was around 11:30, because I'm not totally insane, you know, but I decided to upload it then and there, and it's such a weird I was a little bit drunk, but I decided to upload a YouTube video, because what else would you do? I was literally in Heaven in London. If you're familiar with it, it is such a cool nightclub. There was a bunch of drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, a bunch of gay people just jumping around, having a gay old time, and I was in the corner uploading a video from my phone. Because I'm insane. I mean, all I did was hit post, but it was just funny. It kind of made me laugh in the moment. Because no one in my real life knows that I actually make YouTube videos, other than my housemate, who I was out with that night, along with a couple of other friends. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. I just had this weird moment on my own of, am I really uploading a YouTube video on New Year's? It was kind of funny. Anyway, that was a complete tangent. I really hope everyone had a good New Year's. I hope 2023 is treating you well so far. I know it's only been 8 days, but so far these 8 days have been better than 2022 as a whole. For me at least. So I hope everyone else is thinking the same. But it's going to be a long year. We'll see how we go. I know every year people talk about how shit the last year was, but 2022, I don't know why, it was just something different. It was out there on its own. A lot happened last year, and I'm so glad to see the back of it. And let's just hope and pray that 2023 brings us something better. I also mentioned in my last video that I have a lot of plans for this channel. I really want to knuckle down and focus on getting out regular content. I'm aiming for 1 video a week. Please be patient with me, because I know I've said that before, but I really do think I can stick to that this year. I'm in a much better space to actually physically be able to record, mentally be able to record. So I really hope you guys stay tuned for that. Hopefully. But yeah, just a lot of video ideas coming your way, and I am very, very excited for them. I have a couple of video series ideas as well. But again, I know I've said this before, so I'm not even going to go into detail, but I am working on a few things, and hopefully some things will come together soon. I'm just feeling good about it. You know when you have something that you've done for a long time and you've enjoyed it, but you've never had the time to invest into it, if that makes sense. You want to pick up a new hobby, but you just don't have the time to do it. And then the time finally comes and you just feel really passionate about it and stuff. That's kind of what this is for me. So I'm just very excited about it. And I think that's why I'm having a bit more of a positive outlook on this year. But but we'll see where that goes, because I know I'm not always the best for sticking to my word and actually uploading when I say I will. But I'm repeating myself now. Basically, to cut a long story short, stay tuned. Hopefully stuff is coming soon. Also, I recently hit 300 subscribers and it's very exciting, but I do just kind of want to say thank you guys. I have kind of built a little audience that I really, really love. It's so reassuring to put content out there into the world, because it's kind of nerve-wracking to put yourself out there. Like, none of you know who I am, what I look like. All you know is my voice and what I build in The Sims, and a little bit about me that I tell you in little 10-minute snippets in all of my videos. But if you are new here, if you're one of the recent 300 plus subscribers, welcome. My name is Jack. I build in The Sims. I have a lot of fun, and I mainly build stuff from TV shows and movies, but like I said, later this year that mightn't just be the case. But I'm just so grateful that you guys chose to subscribe, that you choose to keep watching. And there's a couple of people that I'm seeing now in the comments that are kind of regular commenters. And they give such nice feedback, and it's so warm. It's such a loving feeling, and I really do love it. It's something that I really love about the Sims community. It's always kind of been this way. It's something that it's always drawn me back to YouTube, like going to a little Simsy video and just going to the comment section and just interacting with people and just chatting about the video that we just watched, or everyone getting excited about the next pack coming out and it's all over TikTok and Twitter or whatever. It's just such a nice community, and I kind of feel like I'm getting a little glimpse into the other side of it now, the people who actually make content and people respond to it, and it's such a warm feeling. And I know that I am a very small channel. Like, I'm literally talking about 300 subscribers here. But I just think that it's kind of incredible that regardless of whose video you're on YouTube, when it comes to The Sims, there's always kind of this uplifting, warm feeling of everyone is here because we just have a common interest. And it's quite nice, because I know for me, I don't know anyone in real life who actually plays The Sims the way I do. Like, I could play it non-stop for 24 hours if I could, but I don't know anyone in my real life who's like that. So it's kind of nice to find these people online who will click onto one of my videos and talk about it the way I would comment on other people's videos, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm kind of talking in circles here, but it's just very nice, and I'm very, very grateful for you guys for always coming back, for subscribing, liking the videos, sharing them, leaving comments, getting to interact with you, even if it's just a little bit, like, hey, I liked your video, and I'm like, thank you. It's a very nice feeling, and I'm just so grateful for it, and I'm really grateful for you guys, so thank you. That was a very gushy section of my video that I don't normally do that. I'm always thankful to you guys, but I don't always say it because it always feels just a little bit weird, because like right now I am sitting on the floor of my wardrobe surrounded by my clothes because it's the best acoustically where I can record. But then it's just a very strange feeling to be thanking people who I cannot physically see. So it's just weird. So I never really do it, but I felt I had to. So thank you. But on that note of talking about community in The Sims and things coming up and everything, I never actually mentioned the Sims 5 that EA confirmed we're working on. Which I'm very excited about. I'm very curious to see where they go with this franchise, because I know a lot of people think of The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 as kind of peak Sims. There's kind of a lot of qualities about those games that were left out of The Sims 4, and I love The Sims 4. I really have a special place in my heart for it. I've built a huge collection of the packs. It's like the first game in the franchise that I've been able to get all of the packs, for the most part. There's some that I don't have. But I do kind of have a love-hate relationship with it, in the sense of I miss the open world of The Sims 3. I miss cars. I miss the small details from The Sims 2. I never really played The Sims 2, but I did watch a lot of people play it. And just like details like pulling out spoons out of drawers. It's just stupid things that only Simmers get excited about. But I'm kind of excited to see where The Sims 5 goes, because I think EA are acknowledging, they've never directly acknowledged it, but they've slightly acknowledged it, that they more or less dropped the ball a little bit with The Sims 4. Not dropped the ball, that's very unfair. But there's certain things in The Sims 4 that they are now acknowledging that they have left out. Like the new babies update that's coming. They gave us toddlers, they gave us swimming pools, all the things that we really wanted. Acknowledging things like more diverse skin colours and more diverse gender options, options for sexuality, all that stuff. And I'm just very excited to see where they can go with a fresh slate. Do you know what I mean? I'm just very excited, but I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that, because I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and it's just very interesting to me because I think it holds a lot of very exciting possibilities for the future of this game, and it's just exciting. So I'm very curious to see what you guys think of it. But on that, I might wrap this video up here because I've been talking for quite a few minutes now, and I actually don't have this video even finished. I'm not finished building it yet, let alone editing it. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm talking for over 15 minutes now. So almost 16 right now. So I'm going to wrap this up here. But thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you've watched it all the way to here, thank you. Make sure you like this video if you did. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check this build out on the gallery. Ignore the gallery photo. It's going to be so ugly because the outside of this building is horrendous, but the inside's pretty. But yeah, this house is available for download on my gallery. My gallery ID will be in the description and in a pinned comment if I remember. And with that, I'll leave it there. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.